Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM23 Youth Factory. This is episode 36. I was waiting till after the Tottenham game a couple days from now to get into transfer talk, and my hand has been forced a little early. It's a couple days before that match, and Ryan Gordon has already received an offer in excess of his value. I then negotiated in good faith, hoping that they would back down in not so great faith. Really hoping to hang on to him. Ryan Gordon is the only first team member that I have been unable to get switched over from a part-time to a full-time contract because from the very beginning he was uninterested in re-signing with us. He understands his value and therefore didn't want a new contract to be locked in a little bit more long-term in a manner similar to others that would see him avoid that professional contract, that higher value, the higher pay in order to go out, a new contract, etc., etc. So for him, sitting on a soon-to-expire contract that was going to come with an exit path, well, he's got his exit path. So it looks like Ryan Gordon is going to be going to Peterborough United for $30K. We do have our loan back for the rest of the season and percentage of next sale at 50%, even in a range friendly, not that that matters. $30K straight off the bat with an extra 2.7K in fees. So 32.5 is where we're at on that one. It's sad that we are losing him, but he was the one that I couldn't get into a deal with. So hopefully he's going to be the only one this January that we are losing. That's definitely a doable thing, especially at right wing where we have some depth, we have some quality. Kasungo Mutombo could already step in, but this is that one position down in the U18s where we have somebody who is developing rapidly. In fact, he has already outdeveloped Kasungo Mutombo, and Kasungo Mutombo will probably return next season as the backup once again with a new young starter in place. This is also going to probably open the floodgates on future ones, so we will wait to see what rolls in with the offers. Berchielli is the other one that I have some fears over, as there's already been some interest in him. I need to see what's going on. He's only 16. They shouldn't be able to offer him contracts. There shouldn't be transfers coming in until he's 17, I thought, but yeah, we're still on youth contracts. I need to figure out what's going on here and maybe try to do something with him. Oh, he's going to start his professional contract in 3 days on his 17th birthday. So, it's interesting that they can offer now, though. One of our many players that we have lost over the years, Ashley Jones, of course, one of the greats, but he ended up at League One Colchester United. Definitely one of the lowest level clubs that one of our former players ended up at. So his value is just between $700,000 and $1.5 million. That's it. That is it for the player. So we do have the 50% profit off of the $24K that we sold him for initially for a sell-on clause. I bring this up to you because Brentford is in. Doesn't surprise me at all that Brentford would be in on a young player with high potential. They have great scouting, so that makes perfect sense. Sad news, though, is right now we're looking at just $800,000, really just half of what his value is, very much towards the low end. So, is that something that's going to get negotiated at least to up over $1 million so that we can get half of that? $500,000 would be nice. In fact, that would be a payout that we could really use now this season. Right now, with the money that we spent, we're $1.5 million in debt for the year. We want to come out close to a neutral balance so that we don't end up having to pay any taxes on profit for the year, and we don't have to sit there and cash in on anybody's. Because if you take too much debt, what's the game when you have a chance to bring in some money? So taxes are very funky thing, and I have a little too much experience with them for doing my own taxes for the business. It's a challenging process, but ultimately you want to come out as close to a net zero as possible so that you're not paying taxes and you're not wasting tax break opportunities. As we sit on the tail end of the playoff zone, it's AFC Tottenham ahead of us, who we really need to get a result against while we are here at home. Big opportunity. I don't think they're necessarily a real Bedford who are really giving us trouble and pulling well clear. I think this is a team we can absolutely compete with. We are healthy. We finally have had that schedule lighten up a little bit, and I think our squad selection now is a little bit easier to make. Also, our biggest weakness at that attacking mid position, we've been able to finally get Thornhill trained up. He can now properly play that position and is a significant upgrade as he steps up to take the free kick here. That one's cleared away though. Sumahoro into Hassel. Back to McFadden. Over the top for Lanahan Penreese, who gets a great first touch. That looked as if it hit the left post and then quickly sprung across to the far netting. We'll see if I read that correctly here. But fantastic touch off the chest. And yes, it does. It does bang off that left post and then quickly swing across to the opposite side as he beats that keeper on the near post. It's 1-0. Evans, their own strong first touch, but McFadden with a poor clearance leaves us with more work to do, and they're going to get a chance there. Berchielli not only grabs that one, but manages to keep it inside as Truro City have a lead on Maidenhead. Maidenhead is in 4th place right now, so another matchup of top 5 teams. We have a 2-5 and a 3-4 matchup happening right now. Oh, no, wait. Let me restate that one. It's 2-4 and 3-5 are the matchups at the moment. So big day in the top of the standings that could have major implications later on. And outside of one more team in 6th place, we're really starting to get the top 5 pulling away. And there's a big chance. And oh, wow. Secondary opportunity. And Sumahoro could have blasted that into the bottom left corner and did not. It looked like might have been deflected up for the keeper to grab, or he just didn't get a hold of it cleanly. But Mortland is hurt, so Kitching's going to have to come on in his place here. We've only played 23 minutes, so at least we have quality with Kitching coming off the bench there. But that could be worrying that Mortland is going to be potential foot injury. Hopefully that is minor, and we'll only keep him out for a few weeks or less. Webb on a yellow. We'll have to watch out for that. 27 minutes. Was he upset over what happened with Mortland? Oh, we go close there. Much too much down the middle, though. And McDonald makes what should have been an easy save look pretty difficult. And again, though, was that him punching that away all the way to midfield? That would be quite the punch. Lanahan Penreese takes it towards the corner flag. Finds Thornhill with a nice turn, but Thornhill, tightly guarded, is able to drop it deep. And then the long-range shot just didn't have enough on it. Lanahan Penreese recovers Webb. And then whoever got the header off the deflection gets it on target. But the keeper able to grab that one pretty easily. Remains 1-0. That was a free kick right on the edge of the box. Wall does its job. Sets up the corner kick. And they're going to get that one. They win that header, but Berchielli covers it very well. Not an easy save from that close of a distance. Thornhill, Atkins, now Kitching, out wide to McFadden. McFadden uses the space, but lays it off for Kitching, but we've already pushed up the field. Sumahoro was the target, but the defense is going to get there first. That ball was never going to be his, even if he was capable of winning that header. But here they are on the counter, and we're in trouble, and they equalize. I saw the trouble coming. They had a guy behind our defense there. Really poorly played by Webb. Webb just slow as molasses lets Wardley, who's a step and a half behind him, just sprint right on past him and get a step and a half ahead. That 3-step difference. How slow is Webb? He's not only on a yellow and demoralized, but Kitching would be the sub. So a little bit of trouble there to try to replace him. All things are equal right now, other than that we have a massive advantage in possession and pass completion. XG slightly favoring them, but, I mean, come on, that was a tap-in situation, the goal they got. All right, everyone's motivated for the second half. Let's play. I'm worried about the Webb situation because he was beat way too easy there. Oh, Wardley shoved Webb. Okay, I was kind of worried about what was going on there. Oh, McFadden, that was keeper's ball, but okay. Lanahan Penreese, fortunately, gets into space. What a pass. Sumahoro! Wow, what a finish. What a finish. figured he was going near post for sure. I think the keeper kind of leaned into near post, and Sumahoro squeezed it and curled it around the right-hand side, going far post on him here. You see, looking near, and yes, that's got just a little bit of bend to it. And then it hits the inside of the post and goes in. That was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Brilliant. Oh, what a play! Another chance. McDonald this time dives early again and guesses correctly this time. Makes a stop. So we lead 2-1. We've played an hour. Webb and Redknapp both on yellows. Kitching. Nice move inside, but takes a shot himself. A little bit too far out. A little bit off angle. Not able to get enough on it. 73. Time to start thinking about those subs. 75 already. They have not had a shot in the second half. We've had 3, including the goal. Possession continues to be ours. The stats have remained exactly the same in that department. So, fresh legs, I suppose, is what we're looking for. Thornhill not having a great day, so why don't we go ahead and bring on Arthur. I do have Kamara, so we could get Redknapp and his yellow card out of there. Though Kamara's not as good on the right side as he is on the left. Maidenhead ahead of Truro City now. That's going to go out for a corner. Let's go ahead and, now that we're at 79, play for set pieces. Time waste a bit. That's cleared away. Arthur does not win it, though. Kitching does get a chance. Gordon nowhere near offside. What the heck? He's standing there very comfortably down the line. Wow. Strange call. Okay, on to the big time wasting. And when possession has one, we'll hold shape. We do not need to go into a quick counter or anything. And we can slow pace down. We'll still roll it out. We'll still counter press. Okay, we've got another sub to use here. Bergielli, that was their first shot of the second half. Hassel, what's up with the long ball, dude? Over the top, Sumahoro, he's through. Keeper, big stop there, big stop. They played the angle where defense had gotten back to help. 89th minute, we'll wait just a moment longer and use our last sub to help kill that stoppage time. We're still playing in the old FIFA rules of that one, where the time wasting is not addressed as aggressively. Again, Gordon called offside. This time might have actually been offside. The previous time, without a doubt, was still on. Ooh, I've used them all already. That's right. 3 is the limit. Time's up. Time's up. Already up. Gordon finds Sumahoro, lays it off for Penreese. Takes it to the corner as he should. Lays it off for McFadden. And there you go. We do come away with the 3 points. First half was very much an even game. Second half, they had 1 shot. We really took control in the second half. We more than doubled our XG over that half. We scored very early into that second half and continued to control the game all the way till the end. Their only shot of the entire second half came very, very late. All of their XG came in about 1 minute, where they went from 0.11 to 0.82. So they gained 7/10 in roughly 1 minute of play. We dominated the other 89, plus stoppage. With that result, we turn a 3-point deficit into equal points. We also take a goal deficit and turn it into a goal advantage in the goal differential department. So we jump Totten in the standings. Truro just 2 points ahead of us after what was their result in the end? They tie. They came back and equalized. So they had scored first in the 5th minute. Campbell equalized in the 20th for Maidenhead. And then Gordon Clement got the lead for Maidenhead after trailing early in the 67th. And Wilson in the 90th, just before they enter stoppage time, gets the equalizer to share the points. And let's be real, that is the best outcome for us, and here is why. When you have a direct competitor going against a bottom table opponent. Best outcome is that that direct competitor loses. They take 0 points, you gain the most, because that bottom end of the table opponent is not a threat to you. But when both teams are at the top of the standings, both teams are direct competitors to you, best outcome is a draw, because there is a share of 3 points. Do the math. Each one gets a point. That means 1 point evaporates into thin air. Both of them lose 2 points. Or, in reality, collectively, they lost a point. If one of them wins, that team gains 3 points. Hurts the other more, yes, they get 0. But ultimately, that evaporation of a point among two direct competitors is more useful for you at this stage. Now, if it's the final week of the season, things are different, right? Different circumstances at that point. And you could need any number of scenarios. You could need one of them to win by 5 goals while you go on and get your result in whatever specific manner that you need. At this stage of the season, just past the halfway point with a lot still happening, two direct competitors losing, both of them dropping points like that, is a good outcome for you. Real Bedford already at 28 played. Everybody else in the top of the standings all at 27. So right now you can get a really clear picture of where we're at. And Truro have 2 points and 2 goals. More in touching distance, for sure. And we are definitely the team that is on the rise. Taunton, we just knocked them down a peg, and it's really helping us out. But they're right behind us. Same points, just that 1 goal difference. Maidenhead, only 1 point further behind, but definitely the goal differential is not favoring them quite as much, though plus 19 is still good. We are literally plus 1 goal per match played, plus 27. We've played 27. It's a nice clean picture. Real Bedford winning by 2 goals every match they play and really pulling away 13 points ahead in the league. Heavy favorites now. I think they are going to be comfortable to win the league. They've played 1 more, sure, but despite that, they'd still take those 3 points away, take that 1 plate away, take a couple goals away. Makes no difference. They're still plus 10 points. They're still plus 15 goals or more. So never mind that they've played that 1 more. They are looking heavy title favorites. And they were title favorites. Cuss words. Cuss words want to escape my mouth right now. Crap. Kitching, bruised knee, he's fine. But Mortland, 4 to 5 months if we leave it to the physio. So obviously we're going to spend the $4,000. That's nothing to us. But 3 to 4 months with a broken ankle for Connor Mortland. That hurts a lot. Kitching obviously is going to be stepping into a starting role for the foreseeable future. After selling for $15 million just 1 year ago, and of course creating that huge influx of cash that we got, Chelsea just barely 1 year later have turned around and are offering for the 20-year-old wonder kid Ethan McLaren $28 million. Wouldn't it be nice to have half of that? No long-term drama with this deal. 2 offers in, and Ryan Gordon quickly selects one of them Friday the 14th, and we are ready to partially part ways with Ryan Gordon. $40K is what the deal is. Of course, we're going to get the 50% of next sale plus the loan back till the end of the season, and then he's headed to the championship side, Preston United. It's not Preston United, it's Preston North End. I know that. This, for comparison, is what a championship side looks like. Okay finances, which actually means nearly $2 million in debt for a championship side. That's nothing new. But youth facilities are average for them. Of course, we have the excellent or the 5-star. Their training facilities are 4-star though, so we certainly want to aspire to something like that. You can see Preston North End have spent many years in the championship after spending a handful down in League One in the teens, but otherwise, championship has been their home for a long time. Their reputation is national and 3 stars. What are we even at these days? Let's find out. First thing is the comparison with our current balance of $3.5 million, but finances are secure. They're not amazing at the moment because it's only $3.5 million. But of course, that state-of-the-art youth facilities reputation, it's local now. It's not obscure, but it's still half-star. We've still not topped that mark just yet. But those training facilities are now dead, bang average, 2.5 stars. I figured the mark was 1,500. We're still short of that. 1,475 is the reputation that we have currently. Club attendance is 1,500, though with the stadium loan deal that we have, our FA Cup matches have certainly brought in a good crowd, but the regular matches, we're losing a third of our crowd. Our games actually are coming up with less fans than what we normally have, while we have been playing half an hour away from home. Less people are coming out to see the club these days, and understandably, from how things are going, I suppose. Morale is at an all-time high, max of 20. And it's April when we're going to get back into Land's End once again with the additional 500 seats, bringing us up to very close to where we're at right now. Just 1,800 is the capacity for Trungle Park here in Mousehole. One of the key things about that 1,800 capacity is it's only 150 seated. Our difference is we are full seated capacity. None of it is standing remotely. So that's a big advantage that we have, and could be one of the reasons why we don't necessarily see a full stadium when we travel to Trungle Park. I think it has a bit more to do with the fact that it's half an hour away than anything else. People don't want to drive very far, but I mean, come on. I got season tickets to the Portland Thorns, and it takes me nearly an hour to get to the stadium. Not that it's an hour away, but parking is an issue, so take public transit, and that public transit timing of that, all in all, takes about an hour to get there. After 88 appearances and 29 goals for the club, Ryan Gordon is now officially a member of Preston North End. You can see right now he's got very good pace, very good balance, good agility. His physicals are where they need to be, though his natural fitness is actually rather low. Technical skill set's not great, but it's definitely getting in a favorable manner that his, besides heading, his best attributes are related to that winger position. Mentally also has progressed well. He's only 19 years of age and with tremendous potential still ahead of him. Though surprisingly, Ryan Gordon is actually the third lowest current ability player that we have sold. They've all been a max current ability of 109. Was the first one. Ethan McLaren was a 109 already when he was sold, with much higher potential than that, a 183 for him. I would imagine he has got to be 160 plus by now. He is so good, as he's about to go make his Chelsea debut. I don't think the deal's actually gone through yet, but it sounds like it's coming pretty soon. Craig McDonald was 1 point lower current ability wise than Ryan Gordon right now. Sam Brooks was just ahead, and Herbie Penreese was a ways below at 76. So the goalkeeper was the weakest player that we have sold at any stage. For now, potential ability wise, it's a 140 for Ryan Gordon. A 133 was the weakest of all the players that we have sold. So that seems to be kind of the happy zone. Below 130, I seem to be able to hang on to players just fine. When that potential gets above 130, that's where we hit that danger zone of losing them to other clubs. The rest have all been in that 130 to 160 range, other than just two players exceeded that, McDonald, McLaren. McLaren's 183 is going to turn him into a big-time player for somebody. I mean, he's already working wonders for Watford. Watford absolutely love McLaren, but I have a feeling he's going to do quite well at Chelsea as well. And it has happened for Ashley Jones. Ashley Jones parting ways with Colchester, heading to Brentford of the Premier League, and for 800,000, our cut, our share, 375k. The XG didn't quite match up to the final score, but it was still a complete dismantling of the opposition. Home match, 999 people there. Remember, we're in a stadium that could have 1,800. But 5-0. 5-0. Including 4 first-half goals. So we were really in control. And those 4 first-half goals coming from defenders and wingers, where Sumahoro only gets on. And actually, I don't even know. Penreese might have been playing on top, as is not the one managing this particular match. But a very, very good performance, top to bottom, for the team, though. Chris Webb getting another yellow card is a little worrying. That could have a longer-term impact. Though it does look like Arthur came off the bench with Thornhill, and it does look like maybe Sumahoro was playing in the midfield, Penreese was playing on top. Hard to say. Was he playing that attacking mid role? And then there's your left, top, right, maybe. Either way, with that 5-0 performance, it's seen us move up a little bit. We are now into second place thanks to goal differential after Truro City draw yet another time, and along with Totten, all three of us now on 56 points. 4-point gap to Maidenhead. Salisbury just 5 points behind still. And Weston-super-Mare also try to keep pace, I think. They are 11 back, though. We've played 28, and with 21 teams opposition, you're looking at a 42-match schedule. Also, confirmed deal for Ethan McLaren. He's only been at Watford for just 1 year, but in that time, he has doubled his value, just about, from 15 now to 28 million, so big profit for them. No profit for us, though, this time around, as our deal only carried through that last. So we don't get an additional... Oh, I see. That was a minimum release clause. Okay. They didn't want to sell him. It was just somebody came in and bid that minimum release clause. Sheffield United get 30% of the transfer profit. Oh, hello. We do get a piece of that due to a sell-on clause guaranteeing 30% of the profit on the agreed transfer fee. Sheffield United will receive 4 million of the 28. We will also be given 1.1 million because of the 30% sell-on clause. Okay, so we picked up another million. Now, when you add that in, that was that 1.5 million debt that we had for the year. We're back to this is going to put us back at a neutral balance for the year, so we don't have to worry about trying to sell any of the clauses this year, and we don't have to worry about paying taxes either. So we've had one big expense, and we've had 3 chunks of income that have come in, or 2 chunks of income that have come in and offset that. We've survived the transfer deadline without losing any other players, though right at the very end, we have survived transfer deadline day without losing any additional players, but right at the end, on deadline day itself, Lanahan, Penrose, a few offers came in right on the edge. They nearly pushed just before midnight to the limit of what would have been an acceptable deal. So chances are we're going to lose him this summer as he's that next target to go, because we had worrying signs about Gordon Berchielli also. One we had worrying signs about, but he was still 16. The moment he turned 17, signed that professional contract. There was zero interest from that point on forward. Now, those release clause chunks of money that we got, that secondary sale of McLaren plus Ashley Jones, those two combined made up for what we lost. So you can see our profit for the entire season right now. It's we made 32,000 last month, but it's 46,640 for the season. So that's good, because last year we made 3 million in profit, and that 3 million led to a pretty hefty tax bill. This, and the way things are going, you can see just how close to kind of neutral most of the months are. This was our big spending for the training facility upgrade, but otherwise we were looking at, small chunks as we went through, which suggests that we should be able to hold fairly steady for the remainder of this year. Right at the beginning of next year, we would ask for the next training facility upgrade, have that expensive output, but then offset it by cashing in on one of our transfer fees. So do that, and once again, you're doing just fine. And through player sales, as much as it hurts us in the short term, one, we've managed to promote every season, though this season is looking trickier. And two, it's allowed us to make those upgrades. It's allowed us to keep pushing along, to bring that training facilities from nothing up to 2.5 stars, to go from nothing to professional, to have an estimated value of 16 million, to have a team personality that's fairly determined, to have good coaches. All of those things combine to make that happen. But our balance right now sits on 5 million. I want to wait until we enter the new season and have that the neutral tax for the year, where we pay almost nothing, and then next season we'll both cash in and spend to try to keep that evenly offset. So from here on out, now that we are into February, it's a matter of just finishing up the season on the schedule. We're looking at Weston-super-Mare next. They are 7th. Cirencester is 15th. Broadfields is 16th, and Maidenhead at the end of the month. That's probably the next game we're going to pick up with. So we'll have 3 games. I think we will pick up with Maidenhead at the end of February, which will put us into March, where we have our youth intake. And we'll have Salisbury at the end of that month, who currently sits 6th. And then you've got your busy, tough final month with Real Bedford, Taunton Town, and Truro City. Back to back to back. 2 of those 3 on the road. At least we finish up with, well, even then, 12th place is not weak, is it? It's going to be a tough end of the season, for sure. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.